welcome to Unlock Wisdom. Hey everyone, welcome to Unlock Wisdom, where we take complicated ideas and make them easy to understand. Hello and welcome. Today, we're diving into something that many people consider a negative experience: boredom. But what if boredom could actually boost your creativity? It's a counterintuitive idea, right? Our modern society often conditions us to equate boredom with wasted time, prompting us to immediately fill it with distractions, like social media or entertainment. However, we're going to challenge that notion and explore how embracing those empty moments can actually be a pathway to innovation and fresh ideas. So let's dive in and discover how embracing boredom can unlock your creative potential. The untapped potential of boredom. Let's start by redefining what boredom really means. It's not simply a void, it's actually a state of mental readiness. When we're not actively engaged in a task or heavily focused on external stimuli, our brains enter a unique mode of operation. This allows for the kind of free-form thinking that's essential for creativity. Instead of seeing boredom as a sign of inactivity, think of it as a mental reset button, preparing your brain for those creative breakthroughs. The key is to recognize that within that seemingly unproductive state, your mind can wander, connect seemingly disparate ideas, and find novel solutions. The science behind boredom and creativity. To understand why boredom can be so beneficial, let's peek behind the curtain and look at the science behind it. First, when we're bored, our brain activates something called the default mode network, or DMN. Think of the DMN as your brain's internal playground, where thoughts can flow freely and new combinations of ideas can emerge. This network is strongly associated with creative thinking and insight. Second, boredom reduces our normal mental filters. Normally, our brains are very good at focusing on what's important and filtering out the noise. But when we're bored, those filters relax, allowing more unusual connections and associations to form. Finally, periods of boredom provide incubation time for ideas to develop in our subconscious before emerging as those aha moments. It's like planting a seed. It needs time in the dark, quiet soil to grow before it can sprout. So, the science suggests that boredom isn't just a passive state. It's an active process that readies your brain for creative leaps. Method 1. Mind wandering and daydreaming. So, how can we actively use boredom to boost our creativity? Our first method is mind wandering and daydreaming. The idea here is simple, yet powerful. Intentionally allow your mind to wander freely without specific goals or direction. Resist the urge to reach for your phone or turn on the TV. Instead, let your thoughts drift like clouds in the sky. This is how you activate that default mode network that's crucial for creative problem solving. To make this concrete, try staring out a window for 10 minutes, listening to instrumental music without actively focusing on it, or simply sitting in silence and noticing where your mind goes. The value of daydreaming. The beauty of daydreaming is its simplicity and accessibility. Studies have shown that we spend a significant portion of our waking hours, up to 40%, daydreaming, and frequent daydreamers tend to be rated as more creative. Plus, on average, a single daydreaming session can touch on a wide array of different thought areas, which significantly increases the potential for making unique and innovative connections. It's like having an internal brainstorming session with yourself. Method 2. Embrace monotony. The second method involves embracing monotony. This might sound counterintuitive, but engaging in repetitive, low-stimulation activities can actually free up mental resources for creative thinking. These are tasks that put your brain on autopilot, allowing your subconscious to work on creative challenges in the background. Examples of these activities include washing dishes, walking without a specific purpose, and folding laundry. The key is that these repetitive tasks require minimal mental energy, creating space for creative thoughts to emerge. There are countless stories of highly creative individuals who've harnessed the power of monotony. Albert Einstein, for example, claimed that his theory of relativity came to him while riding his bicycle, a monotonous physical activity that freed his mind to think creatively. Similarly, the famous mystery writer Agatha Christie said that she got her best ideas while washing dishes, a chore she specifically enjoyed for its creative benefits. And Steve Jobs was known for his walking meetings, believing that walking sparked creative thinking and problem solving. Method 3. Unplug and disconnect. Our third method is particularly important in today's world. Unplug and disconnect. We're constantly bombarded with digital stimulation, which can overload our brains and stifle creativity. From the constant stream of notifications to the endless scroll of social media, it's harder than ever to find moments of genuine boredom. This is why it's essential to actively create boredom breaks in your day. Schedule 15 to 30-minute periods without screens. Leave your phone at home during walks. Establish tech-free zones in your home, or try a digital sunset an hour before bedtime. The goal is to create intentional breaks from constant stimulation, allowing your mind the mental space to breathe and for creative ideas to emerge. The cost of constant stimulation. Consider the flip side, the cost of constant stimulation. Studies have shown that it leads to attention fragmentation, where constant notifications split our attention into tiny fragments, making deep thinking nearly impossible. It also leads to idea suppression, where we immediately fill boredom with social media and eliminate the mental space where creative ideas can germinate. Finally, it results in cognitive overload, where the sheer volume of information bombardment exhausts our mental resources, leaving little energy for creative thinking. Digital Detox Challenge. Feeling overwhelmed by digital stimulation? Try a 3-day micro-detox to boost your creativity. On day 1, have a phone-free morning. Don't check your phone for the first hour after waking. Use that time for reflection or simply gazing out the window. On day 2, try a notification pause. Turn off all non-essential notifications for the entire day. And on day 3, commit to a screen-free evening. Put away all screens until bedtime. After completing this challenge, take note of any changes in your creative thinking or new ideas that emerged during these boredom windows. Method 4. Seek novelty eventually. Our fourth method offers a slight twist. While embracing boredom is important, it's equally valuable to introduce novelty, but at strategic times. In other words, don't use novelty to avoid boredom altogether, but wait until your mind has had a chance to wander, and then use novelty to spark fresh connections and ideas. This contrast between boredom and novelty amplifies the creative effect, leading to even more innovative thinking. Novelty ideas to spark creativity. There are many ways to inject novelty into your routine. Consider changing your environment by working from a different location or taking a new route home. Try a different art form, like painting if you're a writer, or photography if you're a musician. Experience new cuisines and flavors. Or read outside your field, deliberately choosing books and articles from domains completely unrelated to your work or hobbies. The key, again, is to balance periods of boredom with strategic novelty, not using novelty to avoid boredom, but to complement it. Method 5. Ask what-if questions. Our final method harnesses the power of imagination. Ask what-if questions. Boredom provides the perfect opportunity to engage in imaginative thinking through what-if questions that stimulate divergent thinking, a key component of creativity. Start with seemingly impossible questions, such as, what if gravity reversed for 1 hour a day? Or what if humans could photosynthesize? Get personal by asking, what if I pursued a completely different career? Or what if I lived in another country? And challenge yourself to solve problems by asking, what if this problem didn't exist? The point is to use these questions as a springboard to explore new possibilities, without any judgment or limitations. What if? Practice session. Take it as a practice session, and next time you find yourself bored, use that opportunity to explore these what-if questions. And remember, don't censor yourself. Write down all your answers, no matter how silly or unrealistic they may seem. Here's something you can ask that you are questions to try out. What if you could master any skill instantly? What if your home could transform based on your mood? Or what if you could communicate with animals? From what if to real-world solutions. You might be wondering if these what-if questions can actually lead to anything concrete. The answer is a resounding yes. Think about Elon Musk, and what if he asked himself, what if we could make electric cars desirable? Which then led to Tesla revolutionizing the automotive industry. What about J.K. Rowling? If she hadn't have asked herself, what if there was a school for wizards? Perhaps there wouldn't be Harry Potter Empire. The possibilities are endless. Your brain on boredom versus distraction. Your brain on boredom looks drastically different than on distraction. Your brain on boredom is shown to perform integrated thinking versus a distracted brain having fragmented attention. Now, that is something. Creativity roadblocks. However, before we can harness the powers of boredom, we have to eliminate some roadblocks along the way. Some major ones that are shown to hinder creativity are the productivity obsession, fear of judgment, digital addiction, and impatience with the process. When boredom becomes procrastination, there's a fine line between productive boredom and procrastination. You can tell the difference if you are feeling open-ended and spacious, and also leaves you feeling refreshed and inspired rather than the opposite. Creativity rituals that embrace boredom. One practical way of keeping boredom alive can be done with creativity rituals that embrace boredom. I suggest that you start with morning pages, walking meetings, scheduled boredom, and weekly tech Sabbath. Real-world boredom success stories. I started scheduling boredom breaks between client meetings, just 20 minutes of staring out the window or walking around the block without my phone. Within 2 weeks, I had more campaign ideas than in the previous 6 months. Maya K. As an engineer, I was stuck on a technical problem for weeks. During a power outage when I couldn't work, I sat on my porch for hours just thinking. By sunset, I had the solution that eventually became our patented method. Rajiv T. Children, natural masters of boredom. Children are natural masters of boredom. They respond to not having to do anything by creating new worlds. One can learn from children by viewing boredom as an opportunity rather than a problem to solve, embracing make-believe and what-if scenarios, finding fascination in ordinary objects and experiences, and being fully present in the moment. Your boredom experiences. Now, what were your boredom experiences? Have you think about a time when you were bored and had a creative breakthrough? Have you asked yourself what you were doing or not doing? Do you embrace boredom or immediately try to eliminate it? Which of the 5 methods resonates most with you? Practical implementation, your 7-day boredom challenge. And to give you a practical way of implementing, here's a 7-day boredom challenge. Day 1 is mind wandering, where you spend 10 minutes staring out a window with no phone, music, or other distractions. Day 2 is embrace monotony, where you choose one boring task and do it mindfully, without podcasts or music. For day 3, there's digital detox, where you go phone-free for 3 hours. Day 4 is seek novelty, where you try something new, a food, route to work, or hobby. Day 5 is ask what-if questions, where you write down 10 what-if questions related to a current challenge you're facing. For day 6 is boredom walk, where you take a 30-minute walk without your phone, music, or a destination in mind. And for day 7, we have reflection, where you review your week and implement most creative ideas. Conclusion. In conclusion, the way to unleash your creativity is not by avoiding boredom. It is by embracing those seemingly empty moments and creating the mental space necessary for innovation and insight. Remember 5 methods: mind-wandering and daydreaming to let your thoughts roam freely. Embrace monotony and use repetitive tasks as creativity catalysts. Unplug and disconnect. And create tech-free zones in your life. Seek novelty, which helps you balance boredom with new experiences. And ask what-if questions, which uses boredom to explore possibilities. Final thoughts. So the next time you find yourself feeling bored, instead of reaching for a distraction, take a moment to appreciate the potential that lies within that feeling. Embrace it, explore it, and see where it takes you. You might be surprised at the creative breakthroughs that await.
Hey everyone, hope you like the video. We put a lot of work into it. If you did, we'd be happy to share the PowerPoint or PDF materials used in this presentation. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel. And of course, like this video. It really helps us out. Then, comment below with the name of the video or book we mentioned that you're interested in. Let us know what caught your eye. We'll send you the downloadable link directly through your DMs. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.